Hello friends, my name is Natalia Porsche and I'm an attorney. I am located in Biloxi, Mississippi. In this video, I will talk about immigration law. Specifically, I will tell you what factors will immigration judge consider in order to decide whether he or she will let you out on bond while you are in your deportation proceedings. A lot of undocumented people, non-citizen, foreign nationals, when they come to the United States, they get in trouble. And that's not just them. It's just a lot of people get in trouble, and unfortunately, they learn their lesson later, rather than early. But that's not the point of this video. So they get in trouble, and somehow they come into contact with ICE, law enforcement, and ICE. ICE is an agency, it's Immigration Custom Enforcement Agency. It's the agency, federal government agency that enforces immigration laws, okay? So, and non-citizen, when they, let's say they get DUI, foreign nationalists, when they get in trouble, right, or some kind of other offense, they're charged with, will get into county jail, and ICE will put detain on them. So, and after they will be transported, in a lot of cases, they will be transported to immigration detention center. So, and when they're transported to immigration detention center, they will go in front of immigration judge and request a bond. So they will be allowed out on bond while their deportation case is pending. Okay, so, and today in this video, I will talk about the factors that immigration judge will consider taken, in deciding whether to let this non-citizen for a national out on bond while his or her or his deportation case is pending. Okay, so the first factor that immigration judge will consider is very important, is whether non-citizen foreign national is a danger to the community. So what does it mean? It means whether he or she has any criminal arrests, criminal convictions, the way that this person entered United States legally, whether he or she was admitted or he or she was not admitted illegally, undocumented, right, entry. Okay, so, and so this factor is very important. For example, if a foreign national non-citizen is charged with DUI and convicted of DUI, driving under influence, this is very important because let's say if you have a conviction for one DUI, it's kind of, it is a factor. But if it's say more 2 or 3 DUIs, then yes, so immigration judge might determine that this person is a danger to the community. Let's say if there is a charge but no conviction, then if no conviction, therefore it's a positive factor rather than negative. But also very important for immigration judge to see all the evidence, right, to decide whether to let this non-citizen out on bond or not. So what evidence I'm talking about? I'm talking about evidence such as police report, police arrest, right? Court records, certified records. That's why it's very important to have an immigration attorney, because while you're detained, you don't have access to this information. So it's very important for you to have a lawyer, immigration and criminal defense attorney who understands both, because it's in a lot of cases, immigration law comes into a close contact with criminal law. Okay, and specifically in cases when removal cases, right? Removal of undocumented immigrants. And so it's very important when your attorney obtain those records, how your attorney will argue the case, right? So because attorney must disclose everything what happened in the case, And unless this person is unethical, unless this attorney is unethical, I think the ethical rules provide that we must disclose everything to the judge and opposing side, and then we can argue like why this happened, why this person committed certain offenses, and whether this person was rehabilitated, whether this person took any classes, let's say DUI classes, right, to victim impact, whether this person learned from his or her experiences, negative experiences, and changed his or her life and decided, to be a better, more moral character. So it's very important that judge can see arrest report, okay? Because arrest reports, they a lot of times they are negative, but in some cases they're very positive. Okay, let's say if the person was at the checkpoint, sobriety checkpoint, and the person was not drunk, right? Was not driving under influence. Then if it's in a report, in an arrest report, then the immigration judge must see it, because this is a exculpatory factor, although immigration law is not a criminal law, but it's much an exculpatory factor. It shows that the person was not guilty of the offense and the person was not driving. He was not pulled over because of probable cause. It was just sobriety checkpoint or driver's license checkpoint. Okay, so this is very important. In some cases, police report will be very negative, but however, the attorney can argue that although this is what happened, but this is how, this is why, okay? Or this person already rehabilitated, this person did everything he or she's supposed to under the law and cooperated with law enforcement, okay? So that's the reason why it's very important. Okay, factor number two, whether you are a flight risk, right? This is very important factor, and if you don't have any criminal history, judges, this is from my personal experience, because professional experience, judges like, even let's say judges love to see that the person has, a non-citizen has significant ties to the United States. And why? Because it establishes that he or she is not a flight risk. What do I mean by flight risk? That this person is likely to remain on bond and show up for every immigration hearing, right? That this person is not gonna abandon his or her case and leave and do something else, right? Not check in with ICE or his or her defense lawyer. So that's why this factor is very important. What are the important things here under this factor that the judge will consider? Whether this person has a personal or real estate, right, in the United States, title for the house, if this person purchased a house, huge factor. If there was a significant down payment, huge factor. If that person has a car, huge factor. If this person has United States citizen children, huge factor. And it goes on and on, right? So we have to show any significant factor, any significant tie to the United States. And I saw when judges, I had this professional experience with judges, even with DUIs convictions, if there are significant ties to the United States, judges would go for a bond. Because why? Because ties are very important, right? That if the person has United States citizen children, 1, 2, or 3 even, that's great. Even with one DUI, judges will likely let the person out if that person did not, let's say, hurt someone during that DUI incident. So the third factor is also important, whether this person is seeking some sort of relief from deportation. If you have an immigration attorney, it's very important that immigration attorney submits application for relief. If you're filing I-589, application for asylum, withholding of removal, it must be on file with court at the time of the bond hearing. It's very important that the judge will see that you file for some sort of relief, right? If you file in cancellation of removal, you've been in the United States for 10 years, 10 years presence, you filed your taxes, and you have dependents, U.S. citizen children, or let's say spouse, or a legal permanent resident children or spouse. Very important. Also, that shows that you are eligible for 42B, cancellation of removal for non-legal permanent residents. So again, at the time of the hearing, you must have have the application of relief on file so that the judge can see that you are eligible for some sort of relief. I hope this video was helpful, and again, keep in mind that every immigration judge is different. There are factors, that there is a law that they have to follow. It's very important if you have an immigration attorney that immigration attorney submits the whole record. And whole record would be, like I said, if you have any DUIs, arrests, convictions, all criminal file from court must be submitted, not excluding reports. Reports are very important if they are detrimental. If reports are detrimental to you, they still must be submitted. However, your attorney can argue that you rehabilitated yourself, or you complied with everything that you had to do under the law, you completed classes, and etc. I hope this video was helpful. Sign up for my YouTube channel. I do a lot of videos. I issue a lot of YouTube videos, very interesting. Some of the cases that I talk about, they are very interesting. Also, on Saturdays here in Biloxi, we will be opening up another office in Brooklyn, New York next year. But here we are located in Biloxi, Mississippi. If you are interested coming by on Saturdays, we hold pro bono seminars on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Time for people who cannot afford lawyers. We provide every Saturday a different topic. I talk about child custody, tenancy law in Mississippi, immigration law, and etc. Free information, coffee and donuts. You're welcome to come in and acquire some information that might be very helpful to you. Again, this information is free of charge. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I appreciate your views. If you like it, put thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.